Well, I got the results from my MRI that I took a few weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. For those of you who are just tuning in, I just started this channel because I truly felt like this is something that I need to start documenting that God placed in my heart. There was one night that I was sleeping. In the middle of the night, I just woke up and there was something that was said to me in the form that I feel God said to me is document mid-year reset. And I didn't take that lightly. So that same night I went back to sleep and I woke up in the morning and again that came to my mind. Document mid-year reset. So that day I kept on thinking, like, what is it that am I to document? What is it that I am to reset on? And I thought to myself, well, I'm going through this injury. It's not significant, but an injury where I have a pinched nerve on my neck. I started on my shoulder, but I'll get to the details now. But it's to document the process of how I'm resetting. God is resetting me through a season where I am to slow down and grow again. Because sometimes we get stuck. We get stuck where we are. So about maybe going on 2 months now, I was doing overhead extension on a flat bench and nothing major, no heavy lifting, just simple overhead extension on a flat bench. And I kind of pinched my shoulder nerve on my dorsal scapular, I think it's called. And I was with that for a whole week. I stopped doing exercise. And after a week of the discomfort, the pain started going down to my right tricep, my right arm between the elbow and shoulder. So I'm like, oh, here we go. This is just radiating somewhere else. So I left another week go by. And then on the third week is when I went to see my primary. My primary told me, hey, I'm just going to give you muscle relaxer and anti-inflammatory medication to reduce the discomfort. Took that for a whole week. We're 4 weeks in already. That didn't work, didn't help much. Call back and I said, hey, I need something else. I need to check this out. Took the cortisone. When I took the cortisone for a whole week, I felt better. The discomfort went away. Had it here and there, like if I was just sore on my neck side and on my triceps. And at that time is when I said, okay, time to get back into my fitness. And prior to the pinched nerve, I would do flat bench warm-ups with 45-pound dumbbells. So that day when I was getting back into it, after the cortisone took the effect, I started doing warm-ups with incline push-ups. And I struggled to do just about 3 to 4 push-ups. And I was like, that kind of felt weird. So I said, you know what, let me do the flat bench. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna start with the 45s. I'm gonna reduce it to half the weight. So I dropped it down to 20s. And I said, okay, let me take it easy. When I went to do the warm-ups with the 20-pound dumbbells on each arm on a flat bench press, I struggled to do 6 reps in one set. And at that time is when I say, okay, something's wrong here. There's something more to this that I need to go take a look at and get evaluated. So I went to a sports medicine doctor and they went ahead and did x-rays. X-rays didn't show anything. Everything looked fine. As far as the bones, everything was in line. The sports medicine doctor ordered MRI, which then I went ahead and did the MRI and waited on the results, which I have received. So based on the results, what I have is between C4 and C6, in between those right there, I have what they called a disc bulge, where the gelatin type in between the disc kind of bulged out. And what it did, it pinched the nerves on my right side. So that is radiating down my arm. Right now I'm not in major discomfort. So also through the MRI, my C6, C7, I have a herniated disc, not major. So the good thing about this is, and the point of this channel and the start of this channel is that it's fixable, right? So the doctor says all this you could be fixed through therapy and doing your daily activities and exercising. So it's what I kind of mentioned earlier in another video, is that we all have decisions. And I have decided that I'm gonna document, as what was placed in my heart, is document the process of me getting through this. I get it, it's nothing major. It's nothing significant enough to where I'm amputated an arm, whatever it is. Thank God that's not it. And I know other people are going through worse or have gone through worse. But my point of this is to show that there's time in life, that there's seasons, right? There's seasons that go up and down, up and down. It's just like our seasons, our 4 seasons here, where we go through spring, summer, fall, winter. So I'm taking this as a time and season, and where most of us go through this, but we don't make decisions and to move forward. We don't make decisions to do better for ourselves. We get stuck and we stay there. Like if it's in a comfort nest that we don't want to move from, or it's just something that has become regular to you. But sometimes we need to sit down in silence and listen in. For me, it's going out for a walk or a run and I just listen. I'm not plugged in, I'm just running. And I'm trying to listen to see what God is giving me, or what signs, or how is he speaking to me. And I get those nuggets and I put them in action. So there's a verse in the Bible from Ecclesiastes. I can't say that word that good. But under the title, A Time for Everything, verse 3:1. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. So this is the season. This is the season where this happened in spring. So this happened somewhere in April, more or less, where it was a reset that I'm getting, a start of a season. So spring is spring forward. So I feel as though God told me, stop with where I was, and now I'm gonna need you to document how you're gonna spring forward from being halted, where everything was going smoothly. I was growing, I was lifting better, I was running more miles, I was feeling really good. And just with this one little exercise, small exercise, just stopped everything. It stopped everything. So I took that stop like if it was already fall. We're in the season of fall where all the leaves fall off the tree and the trees are gonna start all over to bloom. So in spring, when this happened, this is my spring forward in the season where I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna document it. And I know that most of you are gonna also spring forward in your season, the season you're in right now, that you need to get through and will get through. The thing is that you have to make a decision. You're the one that needs to decide. You're the one that needs to decide, this is the day, this is the time that I'm going to change, and I'm going to do what is best for me, right? What is best for you, that's what you're going to do. You're going to decide. That's all it takes, is one decision. And that decision, you have 2 paths to go through, A and B. Let's say A is where you are today. Stay there, coast, be on the couch, doing whatever you're doing, and just let life take over you, right? Where you have decision B, where you're gonna change, where things are gonna change for you, where you're gonna start seeing results. Yes, is it gonna be hard? Absolutely. Guess what? Everything in life is not gonna be hard. There's a reason why God puts us through things that is hard, because that's what shapes us. That's what gets us stronger and wanting to push more. So you choose. I chose B, because I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna spring forward, and I'm gonna document my process as a testimony to show that anything is possible. It's just how strong is your mind? How strong is your why? Why you're doing this? For me, I want to be a testimony for a lot of you. I want to be a testimony for my kids, my family. I want to be a role model that there's nothing in life. That little roadblock, that little bump in the road for this pinched nerve, that was just a bump. And I'm not going to take it lightly. I'm going to push through it. No meds, none of that. It's just through therapy and in-house therapy. I'm going to see what type of therapy I could do at a location, but this is something I'm sure I could do on my own. But we all have a decision, but I believe we all should take B. Don't stay in A where you're going to be comfortable. You're going to stay where you are. You can actually make worse things for yourself, or get B and just spring forward and excel in life. You're going to start feeling better. And yes, are there going to be days where you're not going to want to get up and go for that walk? Is there going to be days where you don't want to go for that run or go push the weights or whatever it is that you're doing to do better for yourself? Absolutely. Guess what? What works for me is when I wake up and I feel that day that I don't want to really do anything, I just spring out of bed, I strap on my shoes, put on my clothes, and I just get to it. I just start walking and I start running, or I start lifting, whatever it is. And guess what? After that 1 hour or 30 minutes or 45 minutes, whatever it takes, I feel so much better, and I thank myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, thank you for doing that. Because if not, I just put myself behind. So guess what? We all have a decision. Let's just all choose B. Let's bring forward. So my results are in. I already said my results, what it was. This is my disc on my neck, but that's not an issue. You're gonna see that I'm gonna push forward. Comment below, what do you like to see? I'm gonna start continuing posting. Like I said earlier, this is new to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and get through this. I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna start posting my progress and the processes that I take, and we're gonna do this together. Because I believe as a community, we could go much further. We could hold each other accountable for our actions, and we could hold each other to just continue excelling, okay? This is the one life we have. Everybody says that, oh, just one life, live it. No, we could live it, but live it the way that we think is gonna be best for us, and be healthy and be fit in the sense of not jacked or whatever, however you wanna be fit, but where you're not a burden to anybody else, right? You wanna do things for yourself. You wanna rely on yourself to get things done, okay? We all have families that are gonna help us, but make sure that the family is helping us by keeping us accountable and pushing us as well. So continue tuning in. This is probably like my third video I'm posting up, and we're gonna go through the process together. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification, drop some comments below, and we're gonna get through this together. Whatever season you're in, we're gonna go into the next one, and we're just gonna continue growing, continue growing, continue growing. This is the time to grow, and we will see the results at the end. So thank you for tuning in. Wait for the next one. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.